Good evening. Hello. Well, welcome along to some more Gran Turismo 4. Now if I'll leave the wire hanging this way. I think, yeah, that'll be fine. That'll be fine. Doing something completely different. Now let's see, and I also need to go full screen with this, because then that will fill the screen of the live stream page, I think. Yes, it does. Perfect. Right, so we are at 3.8% of the way through the game. We've done a little bit of a start, as the cat is about to go outside again. Left the door open now for a little while. So I've done 202 kilometers of A-Spec. I've won 24 out of 27 races so far and received 13 prize cars. That I have 13 cars, which of 12 is distinct. Because I have bought, did win a second Citroën Santia, which I don't really need. Yeah, no, you know what? I'll keep it for now. Let's see. I don't remember which events are left. The FR challenge is still available. The K car. Now of course it just shows all the cars that I have in the garage. Four-cylinder shootout. I could use the MR2 for that. And sports truck race. Now, I don't know if the MR2 is the right car to bring to the four-cylinder shootout, but you know. No, that's not the button. That's not the button either. There was supposed to be a button to push so you could see the typical opposition. You know what? Let's just enter and then see what we're... Oh, maybe we can see it here. No, not the button. There you go. What sort of Grand Touring are we going to do today? I don't know. Maybe try to get through the beginner league and then see what we'll do from there. Yeah, okay, this should be pretty doable. Yeah, 4 points, yeah. Yeah, the concerns I had that the MR2 might not be the best car for this race are highly wrong. And that is the nice thing about the Gran Turismo games to begin with, is that the journey is half the way, half the thing. You don't have to follow any particular path. Yeah, not a Subaru in sight. I was thinking of doing more rallying tonight, but I figured that this is a lot nicer. The stress levels are a lot a lot lower doing this. So we'll just improvise tonight, pretty much like I did the first evening I did this. Until they start rallying in this game. Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. How is the sound balance, by the way? Is it is the game loud or is it quiet, or where are we at? That was a good getaway. Now, how is Kev doing in the bottom rally? He has just started on the last lap of the first stage. I have been demoted in the results of that rally. I'm now down to 4th position in class. Still well within the points though, so there's that. Oh, the Suzuka West. That is a nice one. I'm just watching Kev is about to cross the finish line. I'm curious to see where he is compared to me, because he's in the Subaru WRC. Looking at the cars on the list here, by the way, I think this should be a fairly easy win too. Isuzu Piazza. Yeah, no, I did beat Kev on the first stage of that rally. Oh, it's a 5-point race, so it's slightly harder. Interesting to see the brake lights on the Polo or Lupo or whatever it was coming on at the exact same time that the race started. What are you looking at? Is there anybody on the outside of the door? The cat is in the chair beside me. I keep staring at the open veranda door. Whoop. But as it is raining outside, he's not too keen on going outside. Cats and wall, yeah, well, fair enough. Well, I mean, it's around 23 degrees outside or inside this room, so it is good to have the door open and get some air in. It was a Lupo. Well, in one way it is like the cat is laying there watching and just waiting for his sister to come home through the door, but that would be that would require something special. Look like some big tears on the screen going into turn 1 there. I think the reason why there is no Subarus here is that they're all too powerful compared to the other cars in the that we've had in the races so far. It looks like the MGF is a lot quicker than the other AI cars. Right. Money, money, money. And then we get to see what sort of prize car we get for this. What's your bet? Well, we got a V8, so it's a double 4-cylinder car. I was gonna say Audi R8, the Le Mans car, but yeah, no, I'll take this too. No worries at all. Now, one thing I do want to see if the B-Spec driver is a bit better with this compared to what we did in the first. In the first races we let him drive. Okay, and suddenly something disconnected my stream. Oh, my. Oh, I call it streaming computer. Daihatsu Storia. That's a new one for me. That is a very good price for beginner series. Yeah. I do like the randomizer. It makes everything makes everything a lot more unpredictable. As long as you win the cars. Ah, okay, you can hit the start button there and then you... Nice. Get a couple of interesting cars in some of these races. That Galant is something something special. Yeah, I'm not going to be doing too much B-Spec. Just want to end this cup, you know. I need to train the B-Spec driver a little bit for the endurance races. There we go. Because streaming wise, it's not the most interesting thing to watch this screen for hours on end. Even though it is interesting for me. Because I do like this kind of race engineering thing. Yeah, I know that my drop box is full. Thank you very much. More money. And even more important, another prize car. Okay. So it's not that random then. Or was that one Opel and one Vauxhall? Yeah, okay, fine. Can get quite a bit of money for it, which could come in handy for some other stuff. Yeah, let's do this. I will probably only need one, but suddenly I have a car for the endurance races at the Nürburgring. Now, in the beginner events, what else do we have? We have the FR, the K Car Cup, and the sports truck. Do we do something with the K car? Yeah, I think we do. Let's start with the tiniest one. Autozam. We'll beef it up a little bit before we go. Oh yeah, the used car dealerships. There are some interesting cars out and about. M Coupe, that's the Z3, isn't it? Yeah, it is. That's Astoria. That was the one that we just drove against, yeah. Astoria, isn't that... Isn't this also called Sirion? Or is that a sister car that's pretty similar, maybe? Ooh, the Altezza. Yeah. X4 is where, yeah, that's the, because that's the four-wheel drive version of it, isn't it? Fiat Panda. My granddad had a Fiat Uno for many years. Ooh. Infinity. Oh, that's a Primera. American Primera. But I did spot another car further down that I want. Oh. Okay, I found two cars in the in the used dealership that I want. Yeah, that's the beat. Yeah. Yeah, let's go with the Carlton first. No, and then the lineup changed. means that the Mercedes is gone then. Yeah, it is. The SIR, yeah. SIR2. It is a nice car. Ooh, the cappuccino. The FTO is also one of those iconic Japanese cars. Well, do we historic showroom? Ah, that's the even older cars. City. Yeah. Friendship FTO and his adorably tiny V6. Yep. Oh, 11. Yeah, so many nice cars. Oh, I did spot another car there. That's the GT4. This 157 horsepower. This is the 2-liter car, isn't it? Well, it says here that. Yep, 2-liter GT. I have one of these outside my house here, though in a very different state than this. It's getting really rusty. You know what? It is the exact, well, pretty much the exact same color too. But I will go and close that veranda door, or at least close it more. So. Nobody's gonna come in there now. No gallants this far, no. I haven't seen any yet. And again, I had the sound of something disconnecting. Well, now I am in the probably way too old cars, but still. Karina. Ah, speaking of. That is also a nice car. Yeah. Yeah, sure. See if we can find something fun to use it for afterwards. Yeah, let's have a look at the... no, I can't tune the car here. Let's have a look at some racing then. Mazda Speed Tune Shop. Yeah, let's go with the... closer step gearbox and sport soft tires, yes. Do we need anything else? Can we put... yeah, we could put in a racing chip. Yeah, that is probably more than enough. Spent more money on the car than I will ever win from the from the races. But that's pretty much how Gran Turismo is, isn't it? Well, it's a 9-point race. Yep. Well, I mean, it's a beat cup. Whoa. At least at the back of it. That was... that was very much like Suzuki Ignis. Yep. Just from the rear it looked very much like the Ignis, so I know where they've gotten the styling cues for that from? Now this is a circuit that could have been fun with, like the Ladas, for instance, in R Factor 2. I guess Kev is already out of the rally. Okay, so those 3,000, that was covering the cost of the tires and the tires and the chip. So I need to win the next one to cover the cost of the exhaust, and then I need to win 2 more races to cover the cost of the gearbox. Oh, hi Kev. So we did encounter some trees. Yeah, it wasn't very very hard, very difficult rally. Oh, a coupon. There is actually somewhere along my commute to work, there is a guy who owns a coupon, a red one. So cool to see it. Such a tiny car in real life. That was a nice crossover maneuver. And the Wagon R. That Wagon R looked quite sporty. So there was someone in a little town where I live who had a Wagon R, purple one, back when I was around 10, 12. the way the car just goes sideways. It kind of makes me think of Goodwood. Awesome racing from there through the weekend on YouTube. The Coben made his way up to third. Yeah, that almost doesn't have huge power. I'll get punished for going too crazy. No, but at the same time, you don't want to go too over the top either, because that way you lose momentum. On the beat, Daihatsu move a Suzuki Cappuccino, another beat, and the Alto Works Suzuki Sport. Nice. I'll sip of something to drink before I start this one. Yep, you want to keep the momentum going. Almost looked like the AI cars jumped the start there with how far away from me they were. The Cappuccino I do have in the in Gran Turismo 7. I did widen it. I do love that animation with all the guys from the GT Auto, you know, pulling in every body part of the car to widen it. And the stretching sounds in the that we get from the controller at the same time. We bought 10 of them. I do like the way the sound. You have a small speaker in the PlayStation controller. So I have the game for PlayStation 4, and then when you wash the car, you also have the washing sounds coming from your controller. That was the third race. So what do the generous Gran Turismo gods have an offer for us this time? Okay. Okay. So many years and I didn't even know that this car existed, let alone in the game. So what do we have left? We have the FR challenge and the sport truck race. Okay. I guess that we won't be able to find any sport truck in here, so we might have to buy a brand new one. Yeah, the compact CL, yep. It is almost as long as the AZ1. So we have to go in here to see the dimensions of it. 3295. Ah, yeah, of course. Well, it's only, 1.5 meters longer. Well, for the FR Cup, I have the the perfect car. I will have to buy a new one. Yep. I do love the sound effects. I don't know if it needed it, but it definitely need an oil change. Oh, come on, man! It's too early in the evening to start struggling with words already. Paint booth? Yeah. There's only that one colorway available for the car. It is a bit... I mean, you should be able to take the car to a Vauxhall dealership or to an Opel dealership to get it tuned. let's go with the sport tires. Yeah, we'll go with wait a minute. How is the weight? Yeah, okay, fine. There, beginner events. Oh, are you still there, Kev? We're about to go to Seattle. Skyline RX-7, two different 300 ZXs, and the 330 2005. Oh, that's the, yeah. 8-point race. And it is the E90 BMW ahead of us. Beloved Seattle. Oh, it is, and it's the reverse too. Whoa. It do sound like I could have put a limited slip diff on it. Yeah, is that? Whoa. It's that 200 SX2. My mate had one of those. Whoa. Only spinning on one rear wheel. The instant punt, yeah. In one way it could be interesting to go to Seattle to see the roads that were being used for this. But on the other way, another way, you can't, because some of these roads are already gone. Like the start-finish straight is lost. And I know that bus stop thingy is also gone. So that was originally constructed on a parking lot outside the sports field of sorts, but they've rebuilt the sports field or something like that. I needed a limited slip diff on it. Well, I think possibly we might have a bit too much power on the car compared to the tires. I do think maybe that some racing tires would have been even more beneficial. Oh. There's been a lot of activity on my phone. Sliding around the field. Yeah, I do fit with the muscle nature of the car. But, you know, having two wheels pulling instead of one would also made it a bit more a bit easier to drive. $300C. I was about to say, well, was that a cappuccino, but it's not, it's an S2000. And an R32. Everything's just happening all at once. Oh. Oh, I just remembered something. I'll have a look after the race. Oh, come on. The way the car is twitching is Makes it a bit difficult to drive. The S2000 Slander. Well, I only caught a quick glimpse of it on the very first picture. Before we change camera angle. Yeah, no, the Honda S2000 is one of very few convertible cars that I would actually like to drive. Or own even. That being said, I probably shouldn't, because I'm a fairly tall guy. So I'd probably have to have my head above the windscreen to see the road ahead. That's fairly straightforward. Was that? No, that was the second race of 3, wasn't it? Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, it was. Oh, and Laguna Seca, the next race. Yeah, let's see. If I head to this and picture. Is that the? Yeah, that was the Mondeo from Thursday. I think. Yeah, we do get it, and that's the inspiration. The Ford Falcon. Such a cool car. Click the right button. Yeah, my knowledge of the V8 supercars ain't that great either. Well, in one way it ain't that great, because I haven't watched in a few years. I haven't watched actively. I did watch pretty actively from 2003, 4, 5 somewhere, and onwards to like 2015, 16. That was when Motors TV, the French motorsport TV channel, sending those races along with IMSA and other like the ELMS and stuff like that was broadcast on that channel back then. Oh, one rear wheel on the gravel. Yeah, no, so I really fell in love with the V8 supercars back then. I was part of a league with R Factor 1 with the supercars and stuff. Fairly inefficient to this FR championship starting in Japan. Sorry, starting in the US, west coast of the US. Then you head to all the way to Japan for race 2, and then back to the west coast of the US for race 3. Sponsored by Delta Airlines. That was race number 3. Oh, 3. Nice. And then the eternal question, now what's the prize car? Is it something fun, something useful, or something completely useless? I'd say that this goes under the category of fun. Thank you. It wasn't a sports truck though, but so there we have the US. No, the wrong button. The funny thing is that the SSR goes as a sports truck. '44. The Silverado. Of course, I can't buy the Silverado concept car. That's the C5R. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah, yellow is fine. Yeah. Ka-ching. Get in this car now. Yes, please. Slingshot yellow. The PT Cruiser pickup trucks. Yep. I don't think we need to go any heavier than that. Because the sport truck, that is the last one of the beginner events. Okay, this is more sensible starting in Japan and then having the two races on the US West Coast. Same two races at the US West Coast actually as we already did. Yeah, another 9-point race, so it shouldn't be too difficult. Well, not only do we travel to Japan to drive American pickup trucks, we travel in time as well to drive American pickup trucks. Whoa. Stop pushing. And that button doesn't really work the way I want it to work. Yeah, the Ram is a huge truck. My friend works for a trucking company. And his company car, when it's not driving the big truck, is driving a Ram. Looks like the Chevy has more power. Just took him some time to get to the point where he could actually use it, or gain from using it. It's also interesting that the most the tires with the most temperature in is the fronts and not the rears. Tells you a thing or two about weight and body roll. Yep. Yeah, there is a reason for why they usually put a big metal plate or something on the in the bed of these trucks, where they're not being used for any hauling. Right, back to Laguna Seca for another 2 laps, I think. I guess. Yeah, 2 laps. Sorry, another 9-point race. There's another one of those. Concept cars up ahead. Did somebody say understeer? Ooh, maybe I should put a big wing on the car. Well, Silverado is already up to 3rd. Well, the Ford is still holding on to 2nd. For now. Looks like it's a drag race to the line. Held on. Down across the finish line at least. We might have been overtaken afterwards. Well, he's still ahead. Might have enough in the corners to keep the Chevy at bay. Ah, no, now the Chevy is past. Right, let's head to Seattle again then. Yeah. I was thinking of Kev mostly because we were trying to figure out one of the tracks from the game earlier on in one of his early rally live streams. I figured that this must be the track that I was thinking of because of the Sardian. It's going the wrong way at this track too, this race too, because of the Sardian stage in Richard Burns Rally, which is an original R Factor 1 track. Which kind of remind me a bit of this. Also, the Silverado is starting first this time. That's cheating. This race was offering less points than the previous two races, but it is more of a task to catch up to the Silverado this time. Could of course be down to a random starting position. But now that you see it, it is this circuit you were thinking of, right, Kev? It must be, because this one is based in the, I think the R Factor circuit. Excuse me. the R Factor circuit, the Sardine Heights, as it's called in R Factor 1. That is based in or supposed to look like a US city or city circuit. Haven't thought of that before, but that's the famous tower straight ahead. Nice. Yep, start/end of the lap. Yep. Good stuff. Right, that's the last race of another championship. Oh, and we will get 2 prize cars now. One for this championship and one for the beginner league. So what do we think we get? Bets are on. Sorry. That was a big coughing fit. Well, and I had some midget. Well, that's a sport truck. Well, in one way, the shape is not too far away from the thing that I just drove. And a Viper. Of course, it's the ugly Viper, but still it's a Viper. I do like the Viper body shape that was before this one, the original one, and and the one that came after it. Now the endurance events open at 20%. Yep. And I am now currently at 5.9. So I need to drive a bit more before we can go into the endurance events. Sorry. Extreme events. Oh, those are the championship stuff. Now that's maybe not for tonight. Is there anything, special conditions, European events maybe? European events, American events. Japanese professional maybe? Clubman Cup. Boxer Spirit NA. A bit more money on offer here. Turbo Concept Car Club. Compact car race. Bring the midget back there. City Slickers. That's a new one, isn't it? World Classic, that's with the old cars of the 1979. Tuning Car Grand Prix. Supercar Festival. Clubman League. Oh, I do like the BMW. There. Premium Sports Lounge. That's a minimum base price. Road Rally Homologation Heroes. Huh. Celica's Imprezas. Only sedan Imprezas, of course. Because I do have a wagon. 205, Renault 5, Nissan 240 RS. All the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolutions, but not the Galant. Oh, that's a story. The Quattro Ford Focus. That's a Delta. Cool. One make events. Yeah, of course, that's also a... that's also a possibility. Camaro meeting and wet. Wet. Yeah. Count because of their rally versions. American events. Muscle car up to 1980. Hot rod. All cars permitted. Championship race. Let's try the hot rod championship and see what we can encounter in here. Maybe not. I do see a place where we can use the Viper. Ah. Hey, maybe it is better to use the Viper. It's a 500 horsepower car compared to 302 in the SSR. Amuse S2000. Oh yeah, right. I do have a C1 Corvette. Yeah, let's bring the Viper. Let's bring the Viper to good use. Oh, brilliant. Yeah, the C1 is a bit weak, but that could be used for some of the classic car championship stuff. Snake Bite Festival. Yeah, let's go with the Snake Bite Festival later. The hot rod competition to begin with. Mopar or no car. Yeah. Ooh, there is a proper Viper in here. The 99 SVT Lightning Camaro Mustang GT from 2005, Mustang Cobra. Okay, it's a 4-point race. I do like that Mustang Cobra as well. It's a nice car. Okay. I apparently should have done something with better brakes too. Whoa. I also do struggle a little bit with the same thing that we did with Lotus a bit earlier on. Okay, my voice is really not liking this tonight. Yeah, no, we struggle a little bit with the somewhat open rear diff. Okay, the brake indicator comes on a lot later than it should. I haven't even increased the power of the car. I've only made it lighter. Oh, it's a 6-speed. Mopar or no car, and the other American thing is there's no replacement for displacement. Well, I would think that the Viper is a bit more a bit more rigid than the Lotus was. A bit stiffer. Given that it doesn't kick out the rear end as much as the well, it doesn't roll as much as the Lotus did either. Yeah. Certainly no lack of displacement. Well, that is the American way, isn't it? You want more power? You get a bigger engine, more displacement. Nope. Mr. Mevel was typing to me on Discord. Let's do El Capitan first. It is the circuit that I know the least, really, of the ones in, I think, of all the circuits in the game. I have 1 point race this time. It was 4 points in. Ooh. There was at least 4 points for in New York. I mean, it fits pretty well with like an old-fashioned a bit like a Targa Florio or something along those lines. But it's still, the circuit isn't as memorable for me. some of the other original Gran Turismo circuits. Oh wow. That was karma for bad-mouthing the track already. Empty grandstands. I think of the mountain, what you call it, the mountain circuits in the Gran Turismo history. I think I do like the Eiger Nordwand. I think that is more a circuit that stands out for me. Oh, it was 3 laps, it wasn't 2. Yeah, okay. The winning margin should be pretty good. Whoop. Man, it's 48 seconds after 2 laps. Oh, I have lost 1 horsepower. I've gone down from 500 to 499. Oh no. Where do we start to look? Another 1 point race, Laguna Seca, for the third time this evening. 3 laps this time instead of the 2 laps that we've done in the past. The Ram is a big car, it is. I remember back in the day, my friend and I were driving a split screen. He was driving the Ram and I was driving the Plymouth Superbird. On Città d'Aria. The very narrow, in the very narrow Italian alleyways. And somehow we got the... oh, did anybody say understeer? Somehow we got the Ram to fit sideways perfectly in one of those tiny, narrow alleyways. So that I actually had to ram the car with the Superbird several times to get it turned around so we could continue the race. Because that was a proper Austin Powers moment. The Ram had like 10 centimeters, 15 centimeters space in both ends of the car when it was standing across the road. At least it wasn't a tank car, no. Yeah, I think it clipped the wall and the car half spun, yeah, a quarter spun really, into the alleyway. Hi, Simon. Yeah, I feel that this game has been a big part of many sim racers' younger years. It was the first Gran Turismo game that I drove fully as well, or to 99.8%. Right, so we're in for another prize card then. What do the random Gran Turismo gods bless us with this time? Ooh! The safety car. Ha! Nice. I like that the randomizer is proper random, because this was an American race with American cars, so of course we do win a Japanese car. Production cars, yeah, let's try Stars and Stripes while we're here. So I do hope you guys enjoy Laguna Seca. Because we've been seeing that quite a lot this evening. Both Laguna Seca and Seattle. Another 3-lap race. 7 points on offer this time instead of the 1. Interesting. Ooh, that's the pretty Viper is up ahead. Shelby. Oh. Used to find it tricky, yeah. Well, the game itself, or the American Cup. Because it all do depend on well, that depends on you really, what you want to make out of it. Oh, Laguna Seca, yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, it is a somewhat tricky circuit, I can agree with that. Especially the uphill section. We were speaking a bit about the R Factor 1 earlier on, and one of the earliest online championships that I used to take part in, together with together with Myhrvold. This corner is tricky. Yeah, together with Myhrvold we had a race at this track with the touring car Legends mod, as it was called back then, with Group A race cars from the 80s, really. I was driving the Toyota Supra. Myhrvold was driving the Holden Commodore. We had the very first version of the Mercedes 190. It's in the mix. The BMW M3 E30. The BMW 635. I think it was 635, was it 735? The big saloon, anyway. And the Alpha 75 was in there. The Volvo 240 Turbo was in there. The Rover 3.5 litre Rover Vitesse, is it? The one with a really long bonnet. It was such a cool mod. Shark-nosed coupe, yeah. Yeah, that's the one, the 635 then. One thing was the base mod was true to life, and it had a couple more cars actually than we used in the championship. In the championship, the cars were balanced a bit more against each other, and of course the Sierra Cosworth was in there. And the tracks also were, the circuits were, so that most of the cars would fit quite well together. Ooh, that's quite a lot of money for that race. Nice. So even though the cars weren't completely balanced against each other, over the course of the season, all the cars should be doing pretty much equally well. Of course, depending on the drivers too. But that was well, it was almost 20 years ago. Yeah, the Sierra Cosworth was pretty much the car to have. I do remember you had to apply. Finally driving Seattle the right way. Oh, you had to apply for apply to take part in the championship. You had to apply for which cars you wanted to drive also, because you were assigned a car and a livery, so that there was only one of each livery in the races or in the championship. That was a happy time. Happy time in my life. And I do miss it quite bad in many ways. Speaking of the Sierra Cosworth, we are using that car in the R52 club on Thursday to see if we will have enough drivers to do a race at the Silverstone National Circuit. Oh, okay. I double clicked there when I was hitting the shift down button. I clicked the handbrake button at the same time. The car didn't like that. Yeah. That's the nice thing about sim racing and gaming in general, is that age doesn't really matter anything at all. Back when I started sim rallying online, Richard Burns Rally, one of the guys that we had in the league, a Swedish guy, he had been driving, had been rallying in real life many years ago. He was well up into his 70s back when we started. Well, back when I joined. Great guy. Wasn't the fastest online, but it doesn't matter. He had fun. Had fun and enjoyed the company. Yeah, one thing is the competition side of it. Having fun. Well, having fun is first and foremost the biggest thing about it. But then the community, the company, the social side of it is also very often very nice. And that is part of what I love with the Thursdays at Overtake with the R52 club there. That is, it's such a fun bunch of guys to spend the evening with. Yep. Camaraderie and competition, that's the two C's of online racing. Yep. Well, of most racing, really. So Infineon Raceway, the stock car course, which is the the least technical one in the far end of the circuit. Well, and it is the company that is also part of the live streaming things that I'm doing and enjoying as well. Because there are a few of you who tend to pop up pretty much regardless of what I do. Just enjoy sitting here spending the time. Okay, and I just realized it's a 4-lap race on this track. Yep, Sears Point. Sonoma, Infineon Raceway. It's another one of those that goes by many different names. This is another one of those tricky racetracks. I think this was one of the first mod tracks for R Factor 2. The big Mazda. Oops. Oh. Oops. Oh, the Group C race car, the 787B, the orange and green one. Yeah, that is also a great car. Yeah. They were proper beasts. Well, the Le Mans prototypes as well were really difficult cars to drive, especially on the edge. Oh, I'll go and close the door completely because now it's starting to get cold in there. Oh, counting the money. Yeah. Using the controller. Yeah, because I did get a wheel for the PlayStation after a while, and that made the cars a lot easier to drive. Oh, well, that's another Japanese car from as a prize car from an American race. Yeah, I still play the Gran Turismo on the controller myself. Muscle cars, that's up to 1980, so that could use the old Corvette for that. All American Championship, that's ooh. What sort of cars are we up against here? Yeah, it's race cars in this championship, so yeah, let's not go here with the Viper as we have it now. But I was sorry, I was intrigued by the let's do a couple of the series here before we end it. Well, a lot more races in the professional events. So the 3 races that we had in most of the other things that we've done. Yeah, the Chaparral vacuum cleaner indeed. BMW said for Honda S2000, Mazda RX-7, Mazda RX-7, Dodge Viper, which feels a bit out of place to begin with, and a Ford RS200. Well, if something is out of place, well, I do know which one of the 2 American cars in this race that I would want in real life, and it's not the Viper. Whoa. I do like the RS200, it's such a cool car. Yeah, not this particular Viper. Yep. McMurty. Oh, a bit early. Look at the circuit and not on the chat. I do like this track. This track too. It's a I remember a longer race, well, probably one of the endurance races on this track in Gran Turismo 3 with the driving the Mercedes DTM. Ah, yeah, of course, that's, yeah. Now I remember the car, yeah. Whoa. I thought, well, wait a minute, I do have a race car. I could use that one for that All-American thing. And then, of course, it's not American, that race car. That's German. Again, look at the track and not the chat. Yep, yeah, that's true. I do have a race car for European Championships. Well, I had two of them. I did have two of that Astra. I think there is a DTM championship, or a championship especially for the DTM cars. If anything, it works on the endurance races at the Nordschleife when we get to that point. Well, I think we'll end the live stream with this championship, with this cup, the Clubman Cup, because I just had a look at the time. We're closing in on midnight in my local time. Twinnering Motegi East Short. Oh yeah. It's this version. This is another another good track. Ooh, Clio V6. Nice. I do like that Clio V6. And Renault, it's another cool car. And it's another strange mix of cars, but it's more mixed even in this race compared to the previous one. I do like the Fiat Coupe too. It's also a really cool car. I was very late on the brakes again. It's a good thing that the damage is off. I do like Motegi. Had a win in the race room club on this track, this layout. That was with the in the race room, yeah, with the the what's it called, the BMW 235 Cup car, the one that is, well, it was one of the lower class cars in the endurance series at the Nordschleife, at the VLN. Porcupine, yeah. Seoul Central. Ooh, yeah, I don't think we have. I think this is the first time we were on this track on this playthrough. Speedster. Yeah, it was the Opel Speedster. That's enough of an undercut on the exit. It is the same with this car as it was with the sports truck, where I seem to have more tire wear on the front than I have on the rear. It feels like there's some stability control or something working, even though the indicator light for that is not indicating that it's working. Oh yeah, that was the last lap. Hello. BMW's at the back. Feels like it's not that well paid for doing longer races. Clubman Stage Route 5. And then Deep Forest Raceway. Five laps around here, okay. Is it the short? Yeah, this is the shortest layout. Yeah, okay, fine. Ooh, Mercedes 190. Excuse me, sir. Sir, will you get a move on, sir? Oh. Wrong corner. One more lap. So that's another staple of Gran Turismo completed. The Clubman Stage Route 5. Clubman or Special Stage Route 5, that's the two different layouts, I guess. I do kind of miss the Route 11 though. Which obviously was a little bit longer. Yep, the last reward of the evening. We're about to find out. 3 laps at the Deep Forest Raceway, and we're racing another Ford RS200. And away we go! Going more off-road with this car than I would have done with the RS200. Well, I have I don't know if wrecked is the right word for this track in Gran Turismo 7, but I have made it. I've changed the layout a little bit of it. I'm a bit on the fence whether it's better or worse. In some ways it's better, but at the same time they have again altered one of the classic tracks. The Viper is a bit like the Skoda S2000. If you have a long distance on the brakes, because then after a while the rear end comes loose. That's not right, but it becomes a lot more lively. I love how good this track looks in the upscaled version. The forests and everything is really good. So yeah, that's the last race of the evening. A lot more money, and drum roll for the last prize car of the evening. Well, that's a bit underwhelming. Well, it's a race car, if anything. Ooh, there might actually be a... let's see. I think there might be a cup for that car. Yes, it is. Yeah, okay, fine. We've received a free car for a one make cup. Nice. No, home. Where do this put us in the completion? We're now at 7.9% complete. I've driven 420 kilometers. We've won 50 out of 53 races. Of course, but yeah, I got 25 cars in the garage. Got 24 distinct cars. Oh, because I haven't gotten rid of the Citroen. Decided to keep it. So yeah, that's a nice place to end it, isn't it? Yeah, I think it is. Been going about for almost 3 hours this time too, so it's they tend to be quite long, these live streams with Gran Turismo. Right, that will be it for tonight then. I don't know what I will be driving, if I will be driving anything this week until Thursday, the coming week, before the R-Factor 2 race with the Ford Sierra Cosworth. But we'll find out that when we get there, I suppose. As I said, this will be it for tonight. So thank you so much everyone for tuning in. It's been nice to have you all along for the ride, as usual. And yeah, do enjoy whatever is left of your Sunday, and I'll catch you all later. So take care and goodbye. Oh yeah, click the button first. Goodbye.